All right, we are out here January 9th, taking a look at the Marsh Project Pool B, how not to build a duck pond, whatever you want to call this. So I had hoped to get these topsoil piles moved, but I took the advice of someone who gave me some good advice that was those topsoil piles will be easy to move later, and you better dig while I had the skid steer, so I did. So the topsoil is still yet to be moved, and it looks like that's going to be a good thing, and I'll show you why. So the dam is all pretty well set. It needs to be packed again. It's still a little bit muddy, and all I've got is just a little tractor today. So I don't really want to get in this just yet. It needs another day or two to dry, but it's getting there. So what I want to do today was take some measurements. So I'm over here on the far east side where I stopped piling clay, and what I did is I came over here and set a stake. So guessing that this would be my low point, I set a string right here, and I ran a series of posts and strings all the way around the pond. That's maybe just that's pretty close. It's within the lines, and so basically, we're going to see where the water level would be if I was at this green line. I was kind of hoping that this would be, that I would be too high, but it looks like this is going to be, this green line, this rope, the string is going to be just barely high enough. So I think in the end, what I'm going to have to do is extend this, the dam around another, come through here, and it's gonna have to come up another 10 or 15 foot, probably go up into this little path, so we can bring up some more height. We're gonna have to dig some more clay out of here. It's actually not too big of a fix, I think, but you can see the string is right here. So it's kind of hard to see on video because it's a green string. I switched to white later. But anyway, so I came over here to this point. This is actually one of the high points where I have not dug at all. And so at this point right here, you know, we're looking at, we'd only have about 8 inches of water at full pool. So that's not a lot. So definitely where the string is, and we're between the lines, it's not great, but it's pretty close. Definitely gonna have to go deeper. I'm gonna need more water, or I'm gonna need more depth, or both, because this is only about 8 inches of water right here. Really like to hold a little bit more. So this is kind of the first topsoil pile. So then we go north along this string, and you can see it right here. And at this point, we're only just a few inches below the soil. Pretty happy, or a few inches above the soil. Pretty dang happy with my eyeball dirt moving. You know, here we are, like, you know, halfway between these long points, and I set my little string level back on here. If I can get it on there. And we're close to level, and you know, the water depth at this point would be like 7 or 8 inches again. So I mean, this is pretty flat, which is kind of what I was going for, so I'm happy with that. Then we go all the way up here to the very northeast corner where I dug the most, and we are basically all the way down to dirt level up here. So that means, my understanding is that we would be, if the dam came up over there a foot, then we would be flush right here. So maybe it needs to be more like 18 inches. I'm going to come up on that dam over on the east side. Let's go over here to another one. This is the spot in the clay where I thought I had dug kind of low, and was worried about it being too deep. Turns out it ain't all that deep at all. So this is kind of right smack in the middle of the pond. You know, I'm rechecking my level here. And you know, we're still only about, you know, a foot of water at this point if the water level had come up a foot. So I was expecting this to be quite a bit deeper at this spot, so we're definitely gonna have to add to the dam. The question is, how much can we add? So the limit to that, I think, is gonna be over here. Right here, the string is actually almost touching the ground, right here on the very northwest side. Wouldn't hurt to dig out another strip along there, come down another 6 inches. Way up here on the northwest, let's make sure this level's still good. It's pretty close. Honestly, it's basically right at dirt level is what it needs to, you know, it's right there. Anyway, so wouldn't hurt to dig a little more off the north side and make that dam come bigger. Now, when we get over to the west side where we started, I'm actually quite happy over here. So the west side is lower than I thought, because as it is now, right here, we're level and we're at, you know, 16 inches of water as it sits. And then that comes all the way over to the original dam, and that would run right into the top of this clay for where the dam starts over on this side. So I really got it pretty dead-gum close, considering I eyeballed quite a bit of this. So definitely the moral of the story, I think, is I'm gonna have to add a little bit more onto the dam on the east side. Probably need to take a little bit more out here in the middle, but it's not bad. It's pretty flat, considering I was eyeballing this, and it's the first time I've ever really done any dirt work, major dirt work like this. So, you know, if we're right here at the top of the clay, you know, it ought to be, we're probably looking at close to 3 feet of water down there at the deepest point, which should be right over here on the south side. So anyway, I think we're all right. I just need to add a little bit more on that east side to hold a little bit more water. And then we got to get to packing and moving some topsoil. So we're getting there.